I'm just trying to figure it out.
Good morning, fam. Welcome back to my channel. It has been some time. It's been some time. I have not posted on here for 3 years, I think. It has been a little while and a lot has happened. 2025, I am bringing back the videos, bringing back Hot Choccy Chats. I have the crustiest, dustiest setup known to man. So yeah, where does one begin after 3 years? Where I left off last video was that I was moving in with Tim to a house that my parents had purchased. We moved in there. It was a great experience. Had a lovely little life, as history has shown. Tim and I did not last, and once again we broke up. We moved into that house in December 2021. We split up in March. Aside from that, lived in that house with my children. My parents used it as a base whilst they were traveling around. It was lovely. 2022 was sort of the year that I kind of realized that I needed to put myself first. And I was just really delving into gaming. I was really delving into Twitch. So of an evening when the kids would go to bed, I'd play video games with my friends, or I'd watch Twitch streams, and that was pretty much my life for 2022. Work, kids, video games, Twitch. At the end of 2022, a guy that I knew on Twitch, in sort of our online Twitch friendship community, sent me a little drunk message at the end of November. And up until this point, like, I'd known him probably, I'd known of him maybe since like June, around then. And up until that point, I thought he was a bit of a loser. Not a loser, but I was just like, oh, he's just trying a bit too hard. He's just trying to be quite cool. And yeah, I just like, oh, he had quite a cocky personality, and I was like, sweetie, there can only be room for one, and that's me. I need to be the cocky, silly one in a chat room, you know. He would like say something and I'd be like, yeah, cool story. Occasionally he'd message me on Discord and I'd be like, okay, cool, love that for you. Like 5 days later when I'd finally respond. Anywho, November, I wake up to a little drunk message from this man, and I was like, cute. This rando that I met in a Twitch stream, I don't know what he looks like, has thought about me whilst he was out drinking for his Christmas party. Okay, I'm intrigued, tell me more. So I actually responded for a change quickly. And from there, it kind of just got obsessive. I don't know. But sparks were flying. I was keen. We were just chatting non-stop for ages. And I was into it. I was really into it. Didn't know what he looked like, but I was like, yeah, love this for me. He didn't know what I looked like either. I finally sent him my Instagram handle. I was like, why aren't you following me? Maybe you should. And I'd only just dyed my hair like red. I was bright red back then. I'm a bit darker now, but I was bright red. And I'd done that in August, so I was like a whole new personality. I was just a different person as a redhead. I was like, yeah, you should follow me. Anyway, he sees what I look like. He's like, yeah, I'm down. I think you're pretty. Love that. Eventually he sent me a photo, and from what we talked about, I was really keen on this guy. We had similar values, we had a lot in common, we were both Aquarians, we were both a bit weird. He sent me a photo and he had long hair, and I was like, excuse me, how dare you have long hair, be an Aquarian, have lovely tan skin, tattoos and piercings, how dare you? Do you mind? Do you mind? So meeting this guy was not on my 2022 bingo card, that's for sure. but I ended the year on a high. It was great, considering like the start of the year was so rubbish. I had no intentions of meeting anybody like after me and Tim and Phil. Like I was completely done. I'd been through so much personally and like in relationships that I was just like, nah, I'm good, thanks. That's why I stayed home and played video games and went on Twitch as a social life, because I wasn't interested in peopling at all. Also, side note, he didn't live where I lived, but funnily enough his sister did, and he was coming up to spend time in the FNQ over Christmas and New Year's. So we met up, we liked what we saw in person, we loved the vibes, we became official. We saw each other on Christmas Day, hung out like heaps while he was here, we spent New Year's together, and then he went back January, back to his home, which is only a 2-hour flight away. We did long distance for a very short while because it was quite evident that like we wanted to hang out more in person. He did fly up at the end of January for my birthday, and then in February I was like, you want to come move? You want to come move up? And he was like, yes, I want to come move up. So he moved up. We had no intentions of living together, but he did stay with me for a little while. The plan was for him to move in with his sister, but they were in the middle of moving, so he was going to stay with me for a few weeks and then move into their new place. That didn't end up happening. Once he was here, that was it. He was locked in. Wasn't going anywhere. We were still at like my parents' house at this point. They weren't too keen on that. Then around the middle of the year, my parents and I had a disagreement, which I might touch on later in a bit more detail, but it was not great. We ended up vacating the premises quite quickly and unexpectedly. We were in emergency accommodation, me, my new mans, and the kids for about 3 weeks until we secured this house that I'm in now. We got a pool. It's a nice house that keeps us safe and happy. It's actually in the same suburb where my old house was, where I used to film my YouTube videos. Had our first Christmas here. It was amazing. Also in 2023, got locked down. He liked it enough that he put it on the finger. And then 2024 was just like a real chill, stable year. Like everyone had settled into the house. We'd settled into our relationship, just focused on work, hanging out, having a really nice, content, stable life. So that's why 2025, I feel like I've now got the time and mental capacity to do this again. So yeah, that's the last 3 years. You are now up to date. I do have plans for more Hot Choccy Chat episodes. Some of the Hot Choccy Chats that I've got planned are obviously meeting my partner, introducing him. I also had a really great year last year with my mental health and a bit of a breakthrough there that I'd like to talk about. I don't plan on uploading weekly. It'll be more of a when I can be bothered type of situation, but it definitely will be, there'll be some videos this year. And I'm really excited about that. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go back and watch my Hot Choccy Chats that I've done already. They're my favorite. I even go back and watch them. I think they're really funny. I think they're interesting and entertaining. Please excuse my sweat mustache. Binge the videos so that we can be caught up together. But yeah, that's a rundown of the last 3 years and where I've been. Quick summary. This is the year for us. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.